This is the Big F and Deal Carl Fredericks, and you are listening to the City Wrestling Radio Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? This is City Wrestling Radio, and this...
Good morning, everybody.
This is the B Show. How are you today, sir? I'm Corey Smith in the Diamond Studio with apparently my co-host...
Michael Vergara, apparently. I'm right here in living color. Flesh and blood.
Do what you want.
Oh, boy.
In living color. That's a good show.
Jennifer Lopez was
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Damon Wayans. Homie the Clown. One of my favorite characters from
Fire Marshal Bill. Who else was on that show besides every single Wayans and...
Jim Carrey.
Was David Allen Greer on
Yes,
that show?
he was.
Okay.
Dag.
Oh, my God.
Me and my friend, when we were in, when we used to live together when we were like 20, we would know when the other person would be masturbating, and we would yell.
Oh, that's great.
We would yell David Allen Greer at each other.
Was that like your safety word?
No, that was like trying to ruin the
like
sensation.
A doorknob?
Like it was like trying to ruin the sensation of masturbation for the other person.
This is off to a great start, by the way, Corey. Like we got from in living color to just jerking it.
Well, that's what you know what? Sometimes when you're talking about David Allen Greer and you want to go to San Diego, you just got to keep jerking it.
What else? What other choice do you have in San Diego rather than masturbate and think about David Allen Greer?
Hey, you know what? But I'm your host, Corey Smith, and you're Michael Vergara, and this is the B Show. And because I wanted to completely restart the show by saying who we are and what this show is.
Just whatever gets us out of this hellscape, that is.
How are you today, sir?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
You know, I was all right, but
You went to work today?
Of course I did.
You had a coffee. You having coffee today? I saw that.
Yeah.
You're running
a
the
large
gauntlet
coffee
today.
Yeah.
This week.
What is this? You think this is the second week in a row? No.
No,
I think I definitely missed like a couple of shows beforehand.
Yeah, last week.
Last week.
Yeah,
I wasn't in the Raw review last
You
week.
were not in the prediction addiction either.
Hey, you know, people are asking for more Michael, so yeah.
You know what?
In the very prestigious platform where they ask things such as
You can find all of our shows, every single one of them, in audio format on SoundCloud.com/City Wrestling Radio. If you want to follow us on, a different form of iTunes or Google, Stitcher, Castbox, go ahead, follow us there. City Wrestling Radio on there, guys. We are also on the YouTube.
Yes, when you're not too busy looking at anti-vaccination videos
and the videos get better by the upload
and automatically generated porn videos of Elsa and Spider-Man. Be sure to watch City Wrestling Radio. I'm sure it's within those algorithms.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Not to talk smack about our platforms. YouTube is all hail YouTube, but where am I going?
All
with this?
hail the YouTube.
Yes,
I,
the deity of Google.
I, for one, welcome our new YouTube leaders.
It's Overlords, if you're trying to make that reference.
Yeah. I just watched a clip earlier, too. But, guys, if you want to stay up to date with social media with City Wrestling Radio, follow us at CWR415, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's probably the best way to stay up to date with us because we upload any show we do. We'll let you know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I mean, we just upload more pictures when I go to indie shows and like APW, Hood Slam, SPW.
An unhealthy amount of content.
Yes. Some would say I'm crazy, like Mickey James crazy back in the day.
I mean,
like wrestling is my Trish Stratus.
You're like
I'm Mickey James.
You're like Crazy Steve of the Menagerie. Man.
Don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is?
No.
You're not a real wrestling fan, Corey.
What's a
Menagerie? Was a faction in TNA, or also known as Impact Wrestling.
Oh, that's why.
Where there was a carnival gimmick. One guy, their big guy, was a pinball repairman for their Menagerie events, and there was Crazy Steve. He was crazy.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, should we talk about some news on that?
Yes,
note?
please. Anything but the Menagerie.
Anyways, guys, we got plenty of news to get into, but this is the B Show where we talk about NXT, NXT UK. But before we get into that, like I said before, let's get into some news.
Nothing happened. No, we're kidding. Loads of stuff happened.
Everybody was fired from WWE this morning.
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
3 dudes.
It was.
4 dudes, actually.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It really depends on your definition of firing, because
they were all released, technically.
We are all, yes. When you're listening to this, the news dropped, because we're telling you this right now. It's that the following people were released from their WWE contracts. Theodore Perkins.
Is it Theodore Jerkins Perkins? Oh, no, that's
somebody else.
Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger, also known as I don't fucking know
His real name.
I forget his real name. It's out there somewhere.
He's better known as his real name. I don't know it, but he's known as his real name.
Yeah. And one Kenta Kobayashi, a.k.a. Kenta, a.k.a. my phone dropping on the floor.
Kenta.
No. Hideo Tommy.
I know. I was saying Kenta Mumbaye. I can say that. Also, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like all these WWE superstars, and they're all released literally with just a couple days left. So these guys can technically, if they all have a 90-day no-compete clause, can compete at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, it's 23 days. I mean, it's the 90-day compete ends at the 23rd of May.
May 23rd, correct. Whereas AEW's Double or Nothing takes place on May 25th from the MGM Grand Ballroom. Tickets sold out. But guys, check Fight TV. I don't know why I said it like that.
Fight as in F-I-T-E.
Yeah, not like fight like you're going to fight somebody, but like fight like...
Fight your television.
Like
I'm sure
I just drank a bunch of Miller Lite and I just wanted to try to spell fight.
Yeah.
Because then they spell L-I-T-E.
That's how most pay-per-view transactions work. You know, Corey?
Yeah.
I mean, I was ready to fight your fucking TV when All In was going on. Couldn't watch that goddamn main event. But, you get what
you'll be in the comfort of your own home this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't be here for
this. Is a disinvitation? Is that what you're saying?
I won't be here this year for Double or Nothing.
Oh, because you're not going to be in town.
Yes, I won't be in town.
Oh, God.
I will be at RuPaul's Drag Con.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to see a bunch of fabulous drag queens for my friend's birthday.
That's a bummer. I mean, I hope you have fun.
Thank you.
But I don't want to pay $40 for a pay-per-view.
No, you'll find a way somehow. But yeah, no, where do we see these guys going?
I mean, the immediate reaction to like most people, like most wrestling fans on the internet, would be respond with a fucking Cody Rhodes gif of the camera zooming into his ear. That's really popular nowadays on Twitter. But with Hideo Tommy Kenta, I see him going back to Noah. He'll probably take
That's what the speculation has been.
He's going to go back to Noah with open arms. He'll probably kill it back there. Hopefully, I mean,
don't get injured, dude.
He's not exactly the Sprite Chicken he once was. Like in 2 weeks ago's show and tell where he faced Bryan Danielson. No,
that was last week.
Last week was it was a doubleheader.
Because
last week's show and tell where he would face Bryan Danielson in Glory by Honor 5.
Yeah,
great match by the way. You should check that out. But he'll probably end up in Noah. He'll probably be loyal there, and he'll just chill out.
What about Theodore Jerkins Perkins?
Apparently he's different from the other two releases because this was according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider that he was fired, not released. They just straight up thought he was a terror backstage and just outright.
I think
he didn't request it. It was unrequested, and they just.
I think the only difference between being released and being fired in this situation is the fact that I think Kenta and both Kenta and Ty Dillinger went up to management and said, "Hey, I would like my release, please.
I want to,
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I will have a great day. Would you like me to pick you up anything like to eat on the way back to somewhere?" Whereas then TJP was probably like, whoa,
he just fucking kicked down the doors and says, "Man, don't get enough good shake around here.
Can I get a title shot? Whoa!" And they were like, "Dude, no, you're released." And they were like,
TJP, man, like talk about a guy who, like, I only found out I found out about him through the CWC, the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I didn't watch a whole lot of TNA back in the day. So,
and as a Filipino male. A Pinoy, you might say. I wanted the Phil Am Flash. I wanted to wish the Phil Am Flash nothing but success.
He was cool for like a minute.
I mean, I bet you he was kind of cool the entire CWC, and that was it. But you start following his Twitter account. You have backstage accounts of how much of a diva he really was, and yeah, it was just such a super bummer because I think like as far as like representation for Filipino talents go in wrestling, particularly in WWE, it's just Batista, which is not bad. I actually take that with a lot of pride, but I
mean, Batista does have a huge slong, doesn't he? And that's the joke, right? Yeah,
the RF video shoots where all they ask is how big is Batista's dick. What does that have to do with anything about his representation?
It's like people talk about that. That's awesome. I would love if somebody represented me and was like, dude, I wish there was an Irish guy. I wish Jordan Devlin, they were like, he had a huge dick.
No comment.
No comment? You didn't wish? Okay, anyways, let's move on. This show is just a crazy episode today, man.
I mean, I'm not the one steering this direction towards dick sizes. I mean, I was here talking about the representation of my own people. And then you were all talking about the representation of peepees.
Peepees.
Yes.
But yeah, no, TJP, where do you see him go now?
God, I don't give a fuck.
Back to Impact, maybe?
Yeah, I for one anticipate the return of Homicide.
Suicide. Right?
I mean,
Wasn't it Suicide?
It shouldn't. He shouldn't be called Suicide.
There is someone, but isn't there someone
He
named
was called Suicide.
There is
yes.
someone named Homicide.
That's
He's with
true.
LAX. So he can't go back as Homicide.
Oh, that's true.
He can be Genocide.
The entire creation of that character was because they wanted that when they made that video game.
How about Captain Insano, baby?
Well, they wanted to make. Well, the thing is about like Suicide was that he was the player character in the TNA story mode.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're just gonna hire a wrestler just based on this concept alone, which I thought was actually kind of cool. Like he was voiced by Low Key.
But he was also.
I think he was Low Key.
Yeah, he was Low Key for a while, and then they just keep switching to different people around. He's kind of like
which I thought was actually kind of cool.
Similar to Bones or to not Bone Soldier, but God, who am I thinking of? Was it Captain New Japan? Did he switch around?
Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask. Yeah,
Tiger
yeah.
Mask.
Sorry.
I think,
Sorry.
Guess who? Okay. Hey, pop quiz. Who was Tiger Mask for?
Ricochet. Oh no. Rocky Romero. No, Rocky Romero was a Tiger Mask though.
He was.
He was a Black Tiger Mask, right?
Eddie Guerrero.
Oh really?
Yep. Who was Tiger Mask W? This is the easiest one. Come on now.
Oh, Kota Ibushi.
There correction. Correct.
I'm still trying to find those original Tiger Mask animes. I really want to watch them.
From
1960.
They were from 1960. Like I was.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the new ones because I think those are on New Japan World.
No. I mean legit. I want to find the old 1969 ones where it's just like it looks really cool. Oh look, there's a picture of two giraffes kissing on my TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's continue with the news, and we'll talk more. We'll keep you up to date with these guys, and keep whenever we hear them getting signed in 90 days.
Oh, also another release that was actually kind of major. It was one Arn Anderson, one of the Four Horsemen, and I felt this was kind of I thought the timing of this was kind of unfortunate because Ric Flair's birthday is next week.
Yes.
You think he would be of the people who would appear in ring? He would be a pretty prominent member.
Yeah, the Pony Boys.
Yeah.
Cuatro es Pony Boys.
We don't know the exact nature of this release. There are rumors and innuendo, as one Conrad Thompson say.
You know what? We need to create our own rumors and innuendos.
Like our phrase?
Like I was saying,
catchphrase?
wrestling ramblings. There's been ramblings.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, there'd be ramblings.
Maybe ramblings.
Reported by a guy named Rovert. I don't think he writes for Deadspin. I think I got that confused with somebody else. This is what happens when you don't have your phone or your laptop on you at all times. But he reported that the very nature of Arn Anderson's release, A, should not enter public domain, and B, WWE literally had no choice but to do so. So take that as you will. I don't think we should be in a position to speculate what it should be. Just lay it but then just to lay it out there for what we know and what this certain individual knows.
I completely agree. But what do you think it was? No, I'm kidding. That sucks, dude. I hope it wasn't something too bad. I hope it's not something that would damage his character too much.
I mean, like honestly, like this could also mean like,
or you know what? Hold on. I said I don't want to take that back. I said I hope it's not something to damage his character. I hope it's not. I hope he didn't do something just in general that's completely unredeemable. There are some things in this world that you can do to a company.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
we'll find out. But it's also really interesting to look at the dynamics of what the backstage is also looking like in WWE. You see the hirings of TNA. Mostly, it's kind of unusual because you are essentially getting the creative leads of TNA like 3 years ago. You got Sanjay Dutt. Like there. Joseph Parks, Jeremy Borash. Fucking, I hear Steve Corino is getting a main roster call up in as an agent, even because he was originally in NXT.
And then you got JEFF, JERR,
JARR.
I spell it how I want.
I mean, he's gonna correct you.
I'm French.
He's gonna call you a slap nuts and all that stuff. But yeah, it's really interesting to see a lightweight changing of the guard or dynamics of what that backstage really is. And when you asked earlier, what do you expect out of like a Ty Dillinger? Like, what do you see in him? Yeah. Like, to me, I'm of the opinion that like they don't have to be. It matters. People. I think people underestimate the the value of having certain people, even certain talent, like backstage, rather than in front of in ring or in television.
Yeah.
Like actually being presented. Sometimes like people value how much of a good hand they are backstage.
Yeah.
Or like maybe they're like the king of catering, yet like they just have they're just some person to talk to or some person to have a general good rapport. And like given how loaded that roster is and the amount of time they're giving these people a platform, like you are going to have your Ty Dillinger. It's just by design. And I think Ty Dillinger kind of knew that, and he wanted to go somewhere else to see what else is new. Like he was in development for, I want to say like more than
20 years.
No, not 20 years, like 6 years, 7 years. And so, dude's married to Peyton Royce too. So I don't feel too bad about Ty Dillinger.
No, he's taking a chance.
And I'm not saying he's asking it for any sympathy. No. I wish him the best of luck.
You know what? I give him 10
months until he wants to go back to WWE.
No, good on him. I'm proud of him for taking the chance, a leap of faith.
Yeah, look, I like the guy. I just don't personally. I just don't think I see him moving many needles.
I was there when he came out in the Royal Rumble at number 10.
Yeah, but then then this also brings back the whole backstage dynamic where you want a Ty Dillinger backstage because
locker room leaders,
and also I remember I was watching the shoot interview of Simon Grimm, also known as
Simon
Gotch, where he said Ty is reliable. No matter what, like you put him out there, he's going to give you the most above average match you could possibly ask for. And sometimes you want that. Sometimes you kind of need that.
Question: does Simon Grimm come off a little bit like CM Punk sometimes?
Did we watch the same interview?
Probably.
Yeah, where they talked about Enzo Amore. That's almost 1 million views, and it's like lightweight kind of defining his career now.
Yeah.
Like he brought that up. Like I remember he talked about that. He's an MLW, which he's actually doing kind of a good job there.
He's beefed up a lot too.
Oh yes, he got fucking huge
from Santa Rosa.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Rosa.
He kind of gives off that kind of vibe. Yeah. Where he just said like, I'm making I put millions of views on the internet, shit talking other people. I'm Simon Grimm. God damn it.
Well, he's Simon Gotch again. He got the name back.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, good.
Grimm Gotch.
Yeah,
he's a Grimmy Gotch.
I could see that guy going to All Elite Wrestling and be all right.
Who's next to get released by WWE? Aiden English.
No.
What do you mean? No?
I mean, no. He kind of has no. I mean, considering the fucking state of 205 Live, like, and him just being a commentator over there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's gone. He's definitely gone once 205 Live's gone.
Or who knows? He might actually become a fucking a Cinderella story in terms of like a commentary. I don't know what other wrestling show he could be a part of if 205 Live goes kaput, or when.
Yeah. Backstage correspondent.
Again, I just don't want to. I'm not
ring announcer.
No. But then speculating on who the fuck is actually going to release, like Dean Ambrose. That's my pick.
Whoa,
that's my hot take, Corey.
Fucking Christ! All right, that's just like me saying I'm going to eat breakfast tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, he could change his mind. Dean Ambrose could definitely change his mind, and I can see WWE going for that leap of faith. Where like, hey, this is our final pitch. What do you say? And you'd be like, okay.
Dean will throw in a PlayStation.
All right.
Oh, well, you didn't say it was a wise
yeah. You want to go? Okay. So speaking of Dean Ambrose and speaking of the Shield.
I
thought you'd have this. I thought you'd get the jump on this.
This is a reason why they're releasing so many people. They're clearing up the roster space for the big dog. He's back Monday night. He's taking on Drew McIntyre.
So okay, since you're clearly not going to say the news, I'm just kidding.
And clearly not say the real news.
Are you going to say the real news, Corey?
Roman Reigns is coming back Monday night.
Roman Reigns, yeah, okay. Roman Reigns, he's coming back on Monday Night Raw to give us an update on his leukemia disease. You think he's back? I mean, like, I can't. Hey, listen, I wish it's good news. It can't be anything but good news. Hopefully. Like, what if he just says, hey, guys, I can't wrestle anymore.
He's been healthy enough to me in a movie. Star in a movie. That takes a lot out of somebody.
I mean, look at The Rock. That dude could barely wrestle like 5 minutes without like getting a hernia. But yet you see the movies he's in, and he looks like a fucking tank.
That's a little bit of difference because The Rock is healthy. The Rock never had anything wrong with him like that. The Rock just has his skills. He just kind of let him slack. Roman Reigns was wrestling a couple months ago.
Okay, so
or 5 months ago or whatever.
And I'm no doctor. I just play one on TV. But Roman Reigns, this is about 4 months worth of treatment for this leukemia disease.
Did he legit get chemotherapy this time around?
I would hope so. I would imagine so. This is leukemia, dude. So him getting leukemia, so he gets chemotherapy, and for him to be in a position where, whenever you get chemotherapy, I think like your immune system gets kind of fucked up, or at least gets affected by it.
It kills all the. I believe it kills all the cells in your body,
Yeah.
including the cancer and the white blood cells. And
Yeah.
so it's hard it destroys your respiratory system and your immune system.
So when you're in a position, when you have a job where every week, almost twice a week, sometimes you're in a stadium, you're in an arena with tens of thousands of people who are just bags of infectious diseases, like that cannot possibly be good for Roman's health just to be there fresh off chemotherapy and stuff like that. Again, this is all just...
He wasn't there fresh off chemotherapy.
Maybe. You're actually... Yeah.
Yeah, he that was a long time ago that he had chemotherapy. That was before he was signed with WWE.
Yeah.
So it's
he's also going to Good Morning America the morning after.
He wouldn't be flying around all over the place if he was like...
I wouldn't be surprised if he's wrestling at Fastlane.
Look at the last pay-per-view. You had the fucking 3 guys do the Shield power bomb to Braun Strowman.
You think it's going to be like one final Shield match?
Yes, absolutely. That's why they're having Dean and Seth kind of reconciliate everything.
Hey, Corey.
What?
Uh.
Come on. Like Roman's going to come back and be like, come on, we were brothers. Let's,
Hey, dude. Honestly, another Shield reunion. If that's the pitch they're giving Dean Ambrose to stay, if I were Dean Ambrose, I'd be like, yeah, fuck off.
He just doesn't come out to them. He's like, no, I'm not going to have the match. What are you going to do?
You know what the original plans were had Roman not gotten sick?
No.
It was going to be Ambrose and Reigns for the title at WrestleMania.
Ew.
What?
Ambrose isn't a fun wrestler to watch. I don't enjoy watching Ambrose wrestle.
I mean, he's a wrestler. That's what he does.
Roman Reigns.
Then you're just telling me you don't like Dean Ambrose.
No, I don't enjoy him wrestling. I don't enjoy his wrestling skills.
But then you appreciate his character. You appreciate this character as like, okay, well, not appreciate, but then...
No, he's kind of boring.
Okay. Then you don't like Dean Ambrose. Oh. Just admit it.
I mean...
It's okay to admit. It's not that... He's not exactly the most popular guy.
I can't say that about Roman Reigns right now.
Roman Reigns, man... of course they had to announce this, and of course they have to promote this.
Oh, ratings,
but I just feel like...
What if he just comes out?
No. But I feel like this is something I could have waited until after WrestleMania.
What if he just comes out? He's like, "Hello, my name's Joe Unaway, and I'm in a movie coming out. Go check it out. Fast and Furious. Will and Hobbs.
Yeah,
or not Will and Hobbs.
Luke and Hobbs.
Luke and Hobbs. Sorry.
Hobbs and Luke.
I'm just thinking of Will Hobbs.
Fuck that movie.
Why?
Because this is a movie where Jason Statham killed Han. All right, spoiler alert. I'm sorry for those who haven't seen the Fast and Furious movies. Are you
fucking kidding me?
But he's the guy. Like, I hate this fact that they're just like brushing off the fact that the man who was responsible for the death of the family #the family in the Fast and Furious movies, now they're just all of a sudden cool with him and all this other bullshit. Like, no, that guy killed one of my favorite characters in cold blood. It's unnerving, man. Especially once you follow those movies. Huh?
He killed Paul Walker's character?
No. The Korean guy.
Oh, the Drifter.
Yeah. Remember?
No,
he died?
I don't.
You ever seen Tokyo Drift?
No, I stopped watching after Too Fast, Too Furious.
Wow, man. All right, wrestling show and tell. Fast 5 to 7.
Yeah, for the whole thing, right? Okay.
I started with Fast 5. I never saw any of those. Mostly because The Rock was in this. Like, I just like.
Yeah,
I was with somebody else at the time, and then they're like, "Hey, I want to watch Fast 5." I'm like, "Okay,
cool, let's watch it." And you're like, "Oh, you go, Rocky."
And then that same day, Osama bin Laden was killed.
That sounds like a great day.
It was a great
America.
Day.
That sounds like a very American-filled day.
There's a party in the USA.
Maybe Hulk Hogan will come out with Roman this week.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck that. Whatever.
Kidding.
Anything else happen?
No, let's move on to our reviews for this week. This weekend, we have NXT, NXT UK, and Wrestling Show and Tell, actually from NXT. Jushin Thunder Liger versus
Tyler
Breeze at NXT Brooklyn 1.
Man, can you imagine if it was Tyler Bate?
I mean, I can. I always imagine everything involved with Tyler Bate. He's
And
a very good-looking man.
NXT UK.
NXT UK started off. It's NXT UK in the USA still. We have Flash Morgan Webster and Mandrews versus the Coffee Brothers. Morgan and Mark start the match. The Coffee Brothers beat up on Morgan until he tags out. Pump kick to Joe by Mandrews. The Coffee Brothers focus their attacks on Mandrews. A flurry of punches to
When you say
Mandrews.
Coffee Brothers, I'm just like, that's not the
The
New
Coffee.
Day.
Sorry, the Coffee Brothers. It's the Coffee Brothers, right? It's some. I don't know. The Coffee Brothers isolating Mandrews. Butterfly suplex to Mandrews by Joe Coffee. Webster then completely misses a drop kick to Joe Coffee on the apron, but with the camera angle, they sold it well. That's the thing about NXT, man. You're able to see spots like that and cut to a different camera angle because he completely whiffed. He was probably about a foot away from Joe, or was it Mark off of the apron to give him a drop kick. Around the turnbuckle, Hurricane Rana to Joe by Mark Webster. Assisted standing 450 splash to Joe Coffee. A move they call. Did you hear about what this move's called yet?
I wasn't paying attention.
The assisted standing 450 splash.
Oh wow, rolls off the tongue right there.
It's called Toast at 3 a.m. after a club they go to in South Wales.
Well, they can just go fuck themselves.
Forearm lariat combo to Flash Morgan Webster, and Mark Coffey gets the pin on Flash Morgan Webster.
Shit.
Yeah, sorry, Mod Father. You did good, but it's
No, he didn't.
It's
He lost.
time for Gallus to shine. I kind of like Gallus. I don't know why. The Coffee Brothers. I like that theme song. Yeah.
Say yeah, go on.
It sounds like
It
sounds like they made it on GarageBand because it's just like one constant loop. Next up, we have a video package for Nina Samuels. Yeah, she's gonna be a thing.
Nina Samuels.
Next up, we have a video package from Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin.
Next up, we have a video package from Kaylee Ray.
So okay, you're telling me that this NXT episode of NXT UK that was filmed at Access is getting a bit thin on content.
Yes, they are. How'd you know that? Next week actually look pretty good. We'll get there in a second. But Kaylee Ray, her video package, she has red hair, but she don't care. She's going to take on the entire NXT.
Is that her fucking catchphrase?
No, it's not. But she just said it doesn't matter who I am. She was just basically saying it doesn't matter what I wear. It doesn't matter about my red hair. I don't care. I'm going to come in and take over this division.
Have you seen Deonna Purrazzo lately?
No.
She
Dyed her hair?
She pretty much just looks like fucking Liv Morgan now.
Oh, she bleached her hair?
Not bleached it. It's like it's kind of a pink kind of thing going on. Let me show you a picture of it.
That's cute. I like that.
It's a good look. She also kind of looks like Chelsea Green, kind of with the eyes. With this, for some reason the hair kind of makes her. Maybe it's just the way the picture was taken.
Yeah.
I still miss your theme song.
Who's that?
Deonna Purrazzo's
God. Next up, we have Trent Seven versus Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne making an appearance at NXT. Okay, we get it. Deonna Purrazzo. She has a horrible theme song. It sucks.
Easy on the eyes, though.
Yeah, she's very good looking, and I saw her hanging out with Cassius Ohno.
Well, fuck her. I'm just kidding.
Whoa. It was at NXT, okay?
Well, you know what? She sucks now.
Next up, Trent Seven versus Shane Thorne.
With me.
Are you gonna be like the Cinema Sins guy? Like, oh, that's 10 points for not hanging out with me.
Does he say that?
He does. He like that because this lap dance wasn't for me. 10 cents. Like I said, for the third time, Trent Seven versus Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne making his debut on NXT UK. Shane Thorne, he says he's the worst.
He's not wrong.
He really does. That's his thing now. He came out with a towel. He came out with a towel and said, "I'm just the worst." And he says, "Why try to be the best when it's more fun to be the worst?"
That's terrible. I don't even want to say the worst gimmick because that's giving him the satisfaction of saying that's a horrible gimmick right there. Is he just asking to be like, forget about me? Think about it. What's more intimidating than a fucking
maybe-
professional wrestler saying, "Hey, everybody,
I
I'm
suck."
the worst.
Man.
Don't care about me."
I mean, he's fitting in NXT. If NXT is going to be a fucking melting pot of Forgotten Sons and this guy,
God, especially with those.
yeah, no, we'll talk about that later. After
I
the
mean,
show.
when it airs, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Shane Thorne says he's the worst back and forth between two men. 7 hits, a body splash to Shane Thorne.
I want to talk about the worst, Corey.
A very, very long arm lock to Trent Seven, followed by another very long arm lock to Trent Seven. This match was way too long. Like, it dragged so badly, man. I could have sitting there. I was like, "Is it over?" Okay, no.
Maybe that's his gimmick. He just wants the worst matches possible.
Could be. Seven then fights out with a series of chops. DDT to Shane Thorne. There was a cool spot where there was a figure 4 leg lock, and then they kept rolling over, and then they rolled outside the ring, focusing the damage on Trent Seven's knee. So that was kind of good.
Was the hold still applied as soon as they got
when they fell out.
That's cool.
That's actually pretty cool. It was very innovative. Let's see.
Innovative offense from Trent Seven. He's not on that show.
No, by Shane Thorne.
Oh.
Shane Thorne then does hit a ripcord knee to Trent Seven, pop-up German to Trent Seven, but then he gets a 7-star lariat, and he gets the pin and the win.
This is a Rainmaker. This is a wrist lock lariat.
It's a 7-star lariat. It's a wrist lock Rainmaker. Next up, Jack Gallagher. He's coming back. He's probably coming back to NXT UK, maybe. I don't know.
Him and Noam Dar, apparently. That's the news.
But this is another way to get 205 Live stars off of 205 Live.
I mean, you could just outright fire them like TJP also.
You could, but I'm sure Jack
Maybe
Gallagher's...
They're just consolidating. It's a restructuring.
Yeah.
Drew Gulak, I hope that guy goes to NXT. I mean...
Yeah, he would die on the main roster.
I don't know about die. He could probably be a good mid-card heel, but he'd be
This
a lot,
week on
he'd
Raw,
be served
Braun
a lot better.
Strowman versus Drew Gulak.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Better than fucking Baron Corbin for the 7,000th time.
Did you see that thing I sent you?
We'll bring it up. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, next up, Joseph Connors. He wants to break some new toys. Said Ligero caught him on an off day when they had a match.
Hey, man. Toys are expensive.
That's what I said. Don't break my elite figures, all right? Next up, the Grizzled Young Veterans. They say they're the very best tag team in the world.
GYZ.
And those titles, yeah.
That's actually kind of a cool...
GYZ, repeat after me. Saying no, no, no.
Oh, yeah, PYT.
So, dude, those titles are so beautiful.
Yeah.
I would call these titles PYTs because, man.
They're pretty young titles.
Oh, my God. They really are. They're so gorgeous. Outcome Lorcan and Birch.
Speaking of pretty and gorgeous,
they talk a little bit, but then chase off.
and Birch.
They chase off GYV, and that was that.
Tony Lorcan's he's actually kind of an attractive individual, and like Danny Birch he has that rugged look to him, like he's like Jason Statham but like half his size.
I'm sure he gets a lot of people going with that look. Next week, Jack Gallagher versus Tyler Bate, Walter versus Cassius Ohno. And Oni Lorcan and Danny Birch.
Are you telling me to fucking watch NXT UK next week?
Yes, Walter versus Cassius Ohno.
And Jack Gallagher versus Tyler Bate.
Yes,
that's
gonna be 2 good matches.
Is this in England?
No. This is still in Access.
How many fucking weeks did they film on Access?
They probably recorded like throughout the day, probably like 4 different hours, and then they recorded the Worlds Collide tournament there too.
Oh, so it's like, hey, look, the people who lost. Like, Ed,
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
get back in there.
Yeah,
what else are you going to do? What else? What you got anything better to do, Tyler Bate?
Next up, we have our main event for the evening. Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm for the NXT UK women's title. I mean, this was an okay match. It was, I don't know. This whole episode was just
kind of
wonky.
beneath its potential. I mean, this is a rematch of where
in a time where there's no rematches.
This needed a better crowd. This needed a better atmosphere for something that's kind of a big deal. This is a rematch between, the
2 top women in NXT UK.
Yeah, the top of the tip.
Ripley goes after Storm before the bell rings. Then she takes it to Storm, beats the hell out of her for a little bit, stomps to Toni Storm as Ripley issues a shoulder thrust to the corner. Anaconda squeeze to Toni Storm.
Ooh.
I know, right? Toni Storm attempts to fight back with a massive drop kick. And then Ripley stood on Toni Storm's hair. That
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. Ow. Inverted cloverleaf to Tony Storm, but then at the end of the match, we have the was it Storm Zero?
You'd think there would be like more rules about hair in wrestling, like.
You would
like,
think.
like a WWE, like Bianca.
There is.
Like you think Bianca Belair?
You're not supposed to pull the hair.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pull the hair. But then Bianca Belair, her fucking hair is a weapon. She'll strangle. I mean, no. They make it pretty clear that she can't strangle people with it.
Hey, she's the first person to cut somebody with her hair on WWE TV.
Yeah,
okay?
like she whips. Yeah. You think that should result in like a disqualification or something?
Absolutely.
That means she wouldn't be undefeated.
Well, she's not undefeated.
It's a mentality.
She's
Corey.
defeated.
Shut up.
She's defeated.
What happened in Tony Storm Rhea Ripley match?
I just told you.
Was that it?
Yeah, it was a shitty match.
What happened?
Tony Storm won. Storm Zero.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I mean, not good because I
You think
kind of
a
like
title
Rhea
was gonna-
Ripley.
Did you think a title was going to change hands? I love her theme song too.
Tony Storm's or Rhea Ripley's?
Rhea Ripley's. Yes. The Tasmanian Devil sings it. Yes.
Looks like the Tasmanian Devil. I'm just kidding, Rhea.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Stop
they're both
it.
very gorgeous
You
ladies.
stop it over
They're
there.
both very gorgeous ladies of
Get
wrestling.
out of here. Come on.
On Netflix now.
Yeesh.
Anyway, that was
They're on
NXT.
Glow? Wait, what? They're on Glow?
No, they're not.
Oh, I was going to say, damn. When's Glow going to do another rap battle?
I don't know. I never seen the show.
You,
so.
You've never seen Glow?
I know people. I
No,
know.
I'm talking about they did that thing on like rap battles or something on like Spike TV or whatever.
You were talking to the wrong person, Corey.
I thought you watched Spike. It's Dude's channel.
I don't. Do I look like? Do you assume that I'm just the type of person who watches Spike TV, even though that's been off the air for like 2 years?
Spike TV, leave me alone and go make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Spike TV, I'm fixing my damn car.
Yeah.
Spike TV,
Which warrior is deadliest?
Spike,
Yeah.
Spike TV.
An IRA member or a high chief commander of the
that show was pretty cool until they got to that episode. Until
IRA versus the fucking
Navy SEAls.
Oh, it was Navy SEAls.
It was Navy SEAls versus IRA.
I thought it was Taliban.
It was Taliban.
Taliban versus IRA, and I'm like, here's two terrorist organizations that we're going to kind of glorify.
The IRA, it's to be debated.
Okay, now we just got to get into a political debate.
But no, they had another episode where it was like the Navy SEAls versus the English
Shaka Zulu,
the English equivalent of a Navy SEAL. I'm like, okay,
the SAS versus the.
I'm like, okay,
which warriors deadliest?
They both have guns. Cool.
I am trained in this particular Shimtaro.
It was
weapon.
cool when it was like samurai versus pirate.
Hey, it was cool watching slow motion video of weapons being used on like anatomically correct dummies.
Yeah.
That was like the main hook for high school me. Yeah.
But besides that, next up,
speaking of things that I would be into
that get you
during
off
high school. What?
In high school? What? Huh? What?
NXT vanilla NXT, the gold brand. Is it considered gold or is it considered yellow?
I'm gonna say opaque.
All right then. NXT February 20th.
I would say yellow.
Yeah, 2019. Just right off the bat. Actually, before I said this, this was a bit of an interesting one for NXT because it kind of lightweight casted a shadow from what we were generally served in this on Monday night and Tuesday night with
this
the
is the
calls for
first
NXT.
time.
It just felt weird to me.
It felt like Aleister Black was being shoved in our throats for the first time ever.
Oh no, I can never get enough of Aleister Black.
Well okay. I love Aleister Black, but literally 3 days in a row.
No, this was the test. Like the fact that I got 3 days of Aleister Black. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. Aleister Black starts off the show, and if we're thinking sequentially here, like I mentioned earlier, is fresh off his field trip to Raw and SmackDown. That's what I kind of thought. Like, you know how the smart kids in the class.
Hey, I brought it back. Okay, go
like the
back
smart
to class.
kids, like all the smart kids are like called up in a special office, and like they're supposed to take this test for the gifted kids.
This is like the when you go to college, but you have to go away to check it out first. The visitation first with your parents.
It's like an open house.
Triple H walks them down. All right, guys. Oh, look at that. They have a Titantron too. Look at that. So cute.
you're gonna fight Elias.
Look at that's where they play your music from. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Aleister Black versus Roderick Strong, which, man, oh, hell yes. Strong enters by himself. Muay Thai strikes and elbow sequence as from Black, as Morrow calls him, the striking man from Amsterdam.
Dude, this match was infinitely better than any match he had this week on Raw or SmackDown.
Fucking Roderick Strong. What do you expect? Elbow to German suplex, pinning bridge out to a 2 count from Black. Wrecking ball drop kick from Strong. Strong lifts Black up to slam his back to the steps on the outside, which I thought looked great.
Yeah.
Strong attempts a superplex, but Black attempts a power bomb, but his back gives out because it was being worked on for the majority of the match. For Strong to do another backbreaker suplex. Strong knees the turnbuckle. Black knees Strong. Black Cabrata Strong. Black kick Strong. Black brainbuster Strong. Black just generally just fucks up Strong. Strong but gut busters Black. Both are on the apron. Strong torture racks Black and slams his neck onto the turnbuckle. And my God, this is an NXT taping, guys.
Owie.
Strong tries to suplex Black, but Black does the Black Mass for the win. I thought this was a fantastic television performance from both, but I got to give props to Aleister Black. His strikes with the knees and kicks are among the best worked, hopefully, in the company today. Like each hit, it feels so impactful, and the rate that he does it in, just I just think that out of all 4 of those call-ups in the main roster, I think Aleister Black is going to benefit the most because he's the most ready. He has the most
on main roster.
Yeah, he's the most ready out of all of them because he has the most unique look. His offense is generally just there are some people on the
Ricochet. Ricochet's pretty. He's he book well.
Look,
so.
no, but here's why I make this distinction. There's some offense from certain talent where you don't want to see every week. But the way that Aleister Black carries himself in the ring, it's the type of style where you could definitely see it sustaining on a weekly basis because it's just mostly strikes and just making sure they look super cool as hell.
Yeah.
Unlike with Ricochet, where that dude's just gonna do freaking tope con heroes and just fly everywhere, where he's risking life and limb up in the air. But with Black, I wish and assume everything for the best with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with this match, I think. Okay, go ahead.
No, doesn't his entrance look a little weird on Monday Night Raw with the people behind him?
He's rising with the people. He's a man of the people. He's blue collar.
No, you know what?
He's black collar.
And, in this world, there's good and evil, and somewhere in the middle lies Aleister Black.
Hey, remember, that phrase? The truth is always somewhere in the middle.
Or he's moody. I don't know.
He's dark.
He's dark and moody.
He's dark and moody. You know that Aleister Black.
He's very,
you don't really know what's going on with him, but
very hormonal.
Oh my God.
He's going through a phase, Yeah.
He takes his coffee black. We made this joke already. Yeah. Post match, O'Reilly comes but gets kicked instantly. But Cole and Fish beat up on him. This was a really bad typo. Then Ricochet springboard dives all the way from Louisiana for the save. He is so agile, that Ricochet. So I guess that means a Ricochet and Black team up. Thinking emoji. Dusty. They announced the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Listen, baby, it's time for the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
You gotta put what you gotta do whenever you do a Dusty Rhodes impersonation. You gotta put an echo on it just to make it sound like.
Listen, baby. I got Dusty
You're
Rhodes.
using Pro Tools. You could do this yourself.
I don't want to do all that work later, baby. I just want to do it now.
The
and
ghost
listen,
of Dusty Rhodes.
Listen, it's the third tag team classic, baby. We're gonna have some good teams in here, baby.
Swear,
did you see me with the NWA World Heavyweight title, baby, in the picture?
And you start and you just remind me of the fucking
Maria Menounos.
No. The Dean Ambrose impersonation of Dusty Rhodes when he was talking about the Shockmaster, and I remember the internet blowing up when they saw that.
Listen, baby.
But whatever. Yeah.
I really thought that was sorry. I thought it was really weird how they had that picture of him with the NWA World Heavyweight title right there. That was a direct shot at somebody right there.
What?
The picture of Dusty Rhodes was a picture of him with the NWA World Heavyweight title.
Oh, what was it a shot at? It was.
That's a title that's very prestigious now and is still being used in other companies.
Yeah, but it's also a part of WWE history. Considering the fact that
really WWE history, no, not really. It's more of
but then the fact that WWE owns it, meaning that they can just do whatever they want.
Well, they own
the
history. They own the history of it, but
we get a Performance Center vlog with Serena Deeb and Sarah Amato saying they announced the recruitment of Rachel Ellering, also known as the daughter of Paul.
The first time they've ever done anything like this.
Yeah.
And then the fucking bullies take fucking
Shayna, a.k.a. Sharon Corbin.
Fucking kick some ass!
A.k.a. also known as Sharon Corbin.
That was fucking great, by the way.
According to Mia Yim and her Twitter account. We see her and the horsewomen jaw jack each other in the back.
It's really good because they've done this before, or at least Shayna Baszler did when she first came to NXT and went to the back, and I think Ember Moon was the one to step up to her. This time I think Mia Yim is the one to step up to her, and she's gonna take that title, man. HBIC, baby.
You're gonna step up.
Step up to the HBIC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair vignette. She says she should be champion had it not been the ref being all not there and all. She also calls out Io Shirai and tells her and to wait, and that she's undefeated. We get a recap from Nigel recapping the main roster field trip of Ricochet, Black, and DIY, which was probably probably not made last minute. Like it's probably like he probably recorded it on his iPhone while he was in the bathroom, and it's like they just put that waveform and just put it on a fucking.
Well, Nigel.
Video.
Doesn't he do 205?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We get an announcement of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. No, we get an announcement of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. That was a bad read for me.
Listen, baby, what teams are involved, baby?
Come on. Okay, look, you are now past your quota of Dusty Rhodes impersonations.
Listen, every time you mention Dusty.
Jesus, that's like one.
My daddy will be proud of me right now.
Such a cliche. Everybody has a Dusty Rhodes impersonation to a point.
With yours, baby. You don't even have one.
I just, out of respect for him, I won't do one. I'm not sure if this was actually announced at the tapings. It looked like when they announced it, like it just looked like Morrow, Percy Watson, and Nigel were just in a separate room, like filming, like where it kind of had like a zoom in studio shot.
Yeah.
But here's the first batch of contestants. I don't know why I called it combatants. I think because they said it.
They're
Undisputed Era, Eichner and Bartel, Forgotten Sons.
Well, let's forget them.
And Street Profits. The next batch are announced next week. I wonder who they are, even though you probably know. Mia Yim and the CFO horn section versus Xia Li and her biggest fan, a fan.
Wait, what? Oh, a fan.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Lee kicks Mia, in which scares her to the corner. Test of strength sequence initiated by Yim. Agility roll-up from Yim. Attempted monkey flip to a 2 count from Lee. Lee kicks Yim. Drop kick from Yim. Rolling senton into the corner by Yim. Tornado kick by Lee for a 2 count. Lee attempts a flying knee from the top. Protect your neck. Wu-Tang by Yim for the pin. This was a bit of a rough match.
Yeah, Yim ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yim was trying to command a still green Lee, but it was what it was. Like Lee, you can see the potential in her, but she's in NXT for a reason.
Yeah,
and yeah. Baszler, fresh off her management shift at a Chevy's, and her buds disrupt the post match and beat her down. Almost the entire Mae Young Classic bracket come to Mia's aid. Baszler knees Ariel Monroe, in which Monroe like poorly takes it. And just looked absolutely awkward doing so. Like, she got the knee to her face, and then she just stood there for like 2 seconds, and then went to the ground.
Fall. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yim takes down Baszler afterwards, but her buds beat her to it and gets a knee from Baszler as they stand tall. Tex-Mex dishes and all. We get footage of Gargano stretching string, and his wife, Candice LeRae, talk and says, "You know what you need to do." And then in the most wooden way you could possibly deliver a line, she says, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Yeah, she hasn't watched Raw or SmackDown. They've teamed twice this week.
And we get a strategic camera pan to Ciampa.
And Goldie.
Gargano tells Ciampa that he won on his own and that tonight he's going to do what he does best and be Johnny freaking Wrestling. Candice and Gargano then leave. Ciampa by himself says, "I'll be watching.
I'm going to make out this title."
Jeremy Borash. Oh, and Matt Riddle, I guess.
Dude, that Matt Riddle interview was so bad.
This is an interview with Jeremy Borash and Matt Riddle. It's a sit-down interview in which Jeremy Borash on camera, this is probably his first on-camera appearance, so this is a big fucking deal in my opinion, plugs the Performance Center YouTube channel, which is an awesome channel, by the way.
Yeah, Jake Ellis is in the first video.
Yep. He asks Matt Riddle if he was ever going to approach WWE with a more conservative route.
No, bro, smoking weed.
To recap, Riddle says no. He'd rather be asked to tone it down than to tone it up. That's good advice. Yeah. We get recaps of the Ono feud and the excellent Gulak match. He wants the North American Championship, the NXT Championship, and that no one's going to stop him.
Wait, who said that? Riddle?
Oh, okay. Who the fuck else, Corey?
Oh, sorry, I thought you moved on.
Yeah.
He wants to win the tag titles too, and the women's title. And
yeah, he says he wants the North American Championship, the NXT Championship, and that no one's gonna stop him.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh yeah, bro.
Bro. No, it's interesting. It's interesting to see where they go with him.
Considering these call-ups, I definitely see this guy going go straight into the main event.
Yeah.
Matt, like I wouldn't be fully against it.
Who's going to turn heel first, him or Keith Lee? I think Keith Lee.
You don't have to turn any of those guys heel. Just get if anybody's turning heel.
Well, you need more heels.
If there's anybody
in NXT,
Dijakovic.
Okay.
Put him as the heel.
Okay.
He could be a lot more natural in that role. Who else?
Riddle without the weed. That will take the weed away and then like make him a heel that way. Be like, I'm a heel when I don't smoke weed. Ooh.
Just pretty much like right to censor.
Gets
for your own good. He was good. Stevie, I'm surprised that guy isn't like employed by the WWE in like in a backstage role. He probably is. I don't know.
Or Lance Storm. Yeah.
Anyway, main event.
Main event time.
Velveteen Dream versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American Championship. Dream enters with a robe. It's glittery. Johnny Gargano enters, and we see this dick right in front of him rip up one of the many Johnny champion
I love
signs.
that. That was so. He was just slowly ripping
all up in
too.
Johnny's face, and he just was not selling it.
No selling. Yeah.
Gargano looks orange as ever. I swear, him and Becky Lynch got to lay off the spray tan.
And you can totally see in his eyes. You can see where his eye goggles went. His eyes were like it was bad. It was bad.
Imagine being the person who would do the spray tan. I mean, that's a job. Someone spray tanning somebody.
Yeah. I was thinking about going in tan.
You don't have to.
No, I'm just so white.
Chain wrestling to start. We get a wrist lock somersault from Dream, who then slaps the teeth out of Gargano. I wasn't sure if it was teeth or gum, but then like Gargano was like checking up on his teeth, like, oh shit, does somebody have Gargano's teeth in the audience?
Yeah. Would you give it back?
No. It's like that episode. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where like Milhouse. He gets his teeth knocked out in the hockey game, and then Marge she kept the teeth
as a souvenir.
Yeah, as a souvenir.
I got Millhouses too.
And then Millhouse and a dentist he knocks on the door. It's like, do you guys have my teeth? And then Marge is like, no. Yeah, I remember that joke just being super out of character from Marge. But yeah. Double axe handle to a 2 count by Dream. Hangman's neck breaker by Gargano. Gargano does a modified Rings of Saturn on Dream and just works the arm. Gargano tosses Dream out of the ring and does Hogan poses to the crowd, which was definitely like a shot at, storytelling.
Yeah.
Dream would always do that shit. Abdominal stretch from Gargano. Spine buster from Dream for breathing room. They trade strikes. Famous Sir from Dream. Spinning flatliner from the corner from Gargano. Gargano does a back elbow to a running Dream DT. I think that's what it's called. But heads collide, which drops both of them. Gargano attempts a slingshot DDT by slapping him. Wait. Gargano attempts the slingshot DDT, but Dream slaps him midair. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Dream Valley driver on the apron is attempted, but tope suicida from Gargano happens. Spinning DDT to a near fall from Dream. Rainmaker misses. Super kick from Gargano. Near fall. Match hits the fever pitch. Avalanche Dream Valley driver is teased and then delivered. 1, 2, kick out. Dream attempts the elbow drop, but Gargano rolls away and super kicks Dream as he dives onto him. Superplex on the unforgiving steel entrance ramp. Slingshot DDT. 1, 2, kick out. And to repeat Morrow, come on. NXT chants are chanted as Morrow calls it a barn burner. Gargano attempts a DIY kick, but Velveteen Dream does 2 Dream Valley drivers and then a purple Rainmaker. 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh, the new.
And thus Velveteen Dream is the new NXT North American champion. This was hands down Dream's best match his entire career so far. Johnny Gargano, what's left to say about him? He is NXT's greatest performer. I thought this was an incredible match. This was at the level of like your average takeover, but just happened to be at Full Sail. And yeah, this match absolutely ruled. It was a bit of a short. They were kind of like stalled for time too, because like they were immediately kind of like as soon as Dream won the title, they kind of just went off air a little bit.
Where the fuck was Ciampa?
Ciampa. Oh wait, I did not mention this. Actually, Ciampa was was up on the rafters,
Okay,
kind of.
I don't
like,
think
it was like
he really
strategically-
was.
You think it looked like a projection screen, and then just him looking at it?
I
forgot to mention
swear
this.
to God,
It looked cool.
It looked like there was a
It looked
TV.
fucking cool.
I thought it was a TV on one side, and they had a camera shot, and that there
like
was like
the light reflected on Ciampa,
and they put like a curtain around it to
Yeah.
make it look like because I don't
I
think
thought
there's
it
any
looked
rafters
cool.
there.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that shit. But yeah, and then as soon as Gargano lost, you get footage of Tommaso Ciampa where he's like, oh my,
yeah, that's exactly what he said. NXT,
fucking fantastic match.
good show, man. Should we keep the NXT train rolling? Let's keep the NXT train rolling with some show and tell.
Come on, ride the train.
Let's
Come
go back
ride
a
it.
couple of years to wrestling show and tell. NXT Brooklyn won. Jushin Thunder Liger versus Tyler Breeze, the first match of its kind. I think they need to do more of these types of matches because that's what NXT was really
they should just
focusing on
get
first.
a guy. I mean, the thing is about Jushin Thunder Liger is that I feel like that was just like a novelty kind of thing.
Bringing back Mickey James though, the NXT though, that was really cool. I think they need to do stuff like that. Like Lashley,
one novelty match.
like Lashley should have been brought back in NXT just for a couple matches, just for maybe a program and maybe go over, let's say, I don't know, the fucking Forgotten Sons. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But have him destroy them for a minute and then come up to the main roster.
I just want Forgotten Sons to be destroyed.
Yes. Somebody will do that soon.
Hopefully, God.
So the announcers for this match are, unlike our normal announcers for NXT, we have Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and Rich Brennan.
Oh yeah, no, Rich Brennan, who now does MLW with Tony Schiavone.
This took place August 22nd, 2015 in the Barclays Center. Prince Pretty comes out. Prince Pity.
Feel sorry for me, guys.
I do love how, so the set is not, so they're still in Barclays a couple days before the day before SummerSlam.
Yeah, this was
but
the
they have their
SummerSlam.
own separate set in front of the main set.
So this wasn't the Bailey Sasha Banks year.
Yes, it was.
It was 2015.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
Fuck, man. Long time ago. NXT, dude.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
It really is a time capsule sometimes.
They have a very smaller set, and I like these smaller sets. I don't know why, but to me, they look really good.
Because it just kind of somewhat looked at like an extension of Full Sail, but
Yeah,
not being completely.
exactly.
Where now with takeovers, they just pretty much just look like
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, they
Pay-per-view.
just look like a pay per view or like what is it like? They just repurpose the Raw or
The
SmackDown.
SmackDown, the SmackDown set.
It's a SmackDown set.
Yeah.
Okay. But with black ropes. I mean, with black stuff.
So Prince Pretty, he comes out and he kind of has an NYC style fashion show before he comes out with a couple of people.
The runway.
Yeah, a couple women dressed like iconic landmarks in New York City. He comes out to the ring. He's live streaming on Facebook, by the way. He comes out, and then let's welcome Jushin Thunder Liger to NXT with a fabulous leopard print vest.
He is not entering to Ikarina Jushin.
No,
Liger.
it's a different. It's like I think
not
it's
entering to
CFOs.
Moyase.
CFOs did this one, I think. Of course.
Gross.
It resembles the other song a little bit.
Not really. No.
No, it's just like Japanese wrestling music.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Let's see. The lockup between the two men over the shoulder. After a shoulder tackle, Breeze poses on the ring post because as Breeze does. After an ankle takedown, Jushin Thunder Liger then mockingly poses on the ring post just like Tyler Breeze does, which I love because it's Jushin Thunder Liger and he's like 50 years old doing this shit.
I remember there was a brief period of time where Stephanie McMahon had the same hair as Jushin Thunder Liger. There was an OSW review episode where they just compared, like they were reviewing the first episode of Total Divas.
Yeah.
And then like they mentioned that so when Stephanie McMahon appeared on screen, they just said, Stephanie McMahon kind of has the hair of Jushin Thunder Liger. And they had like a side-by-side picture of each other. And it just
like the hair like continues.
Yeah. Look out for that. OSW review.
Rocking modified surfboard to Tyler Breeze. Romero special to Tyler Breeze. Liger then flips Breeze across the ring. Almost does a double backflip. A really good sell job on that flip over the halfway through the ring. Liger then takes a selfie with Breeze's selfie stick. Breeze briefly goes for the mask of Liger. Supermodel kick to Liger. Jackknife backstabber to Liger. A very, very long leg lock to Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger then powers out for a front slam. Rolling kick to Tyler Breeze. Tilt the world backbreaker to Tyler Breeze. Breeze then gets his knees up to defend crossbody off the top ropes. stomps and punches to Liger. Then we get a somersault plancha to Breeze on the outside, running Liger bomb for the pin and the win. His one match in NXT, and they put him over. They put Jushin Thunder Liger over in his one match in NXT.
What you think? What is there possibly to? I mean,
what's the purpose of bringing someone in for one match? It would be to get somebody else over.
I think, like when thinking about this was just a very interesting thing to look at because this was a long time ago now. It might as well have been 10 years ago, given how WWE moves, and so for this to happen, and for it to have no follow up and for the benefit of hindsight, this entire thing was weird. Seeing Jushin Thunder Liger in a WWE ring, and I know this is NXT, this is Triple H, William Regal did the whole entire deal.
Well, this is NXT Brooklyn 1.
What was its purpose?
I think it was really to try to set NXT apart from the main roster, because we've had NXT takeovers before. We had NXT Arrival, NXT Re-Arrival, and we've had takeovers and in Full Sail, but this was
NXT Exit.
But this was the first takeover at a main, wasn't it? This is the first takeover at a main stadium. I believe it was.
No, I'm sorry, I don't have the answer there immediately.
I believe it was, and if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section.
So your logic is that this really distinguished NXT as this sort of fringe alternative brand,
yes,
where this stuff like that would normally never happen in
what?
the main
We're
roster.
See this here? Oh my god!
I remember I was in a hotel lobby on my laptop in the Philippines when this got announced. That Jushin Thunder Liger is going in an NXT.
And Jushin Thunder Liger runs past you and said, "I like your shirt," and hits you on the chest.
Yeah, I mean he does that to people.
He does that to people.
He still wears the mask in public.
I fucking love Jushin Thunder Liger when he's in his dad clothes but just has the mask on still.
When he gets interviewed.
When he has a red and black flannel with jeans with his shirt tucked in the jeans.
Yeah.
He's very casual Japanese man. Yeah. Casual Japanese dad. I love it.
Mm. Anyway, yeah, it's not so much the match itself. It was a house show match, honestly.
Yeah,
it was just
it
was his spots, and then the part where Jushin Thunder Liger mimics Tyler Breeze's mannerisms.
Yeah,
where he lays on the top rope and poses.
Yeah,
it's just something. It's unusual.
I will say, I really love Rich Brennan. I really love this guy. He called moves left and right, man. I was yes, Romero special.
Better than Mauro Ranallo?
Mauro Ranallo's good.
What?
I'm okay. Not better than Morrow. Not better than Morrow. But I'm saying compared to main roster guys, that slam, I
don't know. Tom Phillips, he doesn't really call out moves as much as Rich Brennan, but I do think he has a better voice than Rich Brennan. Tom Phillips.
Oh yeah.
I think In fact, I think Tom Phillips is pretty much the future of commentary for them.
And with Tom Phillips, you get dick pics.
No, he doesn't get dick pics.
We get dick pics.
No, Tom Phillips, he wasn't known for the dick pics. He was known for sliding into a girl's DMs when he was when he had a fiance saying I'll face fuck you to death. Something like that. I mean,
not to death.
Not to death. Because
that's taking it too far.
That's just taking it. I mean, literally too far when you think about it.
Yeah. You don't want to kill anybody
with your dick.
Anyways, wrestling show and tell.
Wrestling show and tell.
What do we got next week, Michael?
Next week, last week you did the whole Eddie Guerrero thing with him versus Brock Lesnar,
and you just wanted to keep the train going.
Let's keep the Eddie Guerrero not so much train, but the lowrider car going. Keep the hydraulics up.
Keep the hydraulics going. There we go.
Yes, and so next week's show and tell, it's going to be Edge versus Eddie Guerrero. No disqualification match. September 26, 2002. WWE SmackDown. Ooh. It's on YouTube, so you don't even need a WWE Network subscription for that. And how long is it? How long is this fucking video? 19 minutes and whatever seconds.
Odd seconds.
Yeah.
Nice.
Literally, the first thing you see is for a sneak preview of this match, there's a guy with a sign that says "Eddie mowed my lawn." Mowed spelled MOED because, yeah.
I mean,
we're in for a ride. We are in for a ride. This was considered one of the greatest matches in SmackDown history, by the way.
Okay, nice.
So looking forward to it.
Does it get turned into a 6-man tag team match? Player.
You're gonna have to find out.
Oh fuck.
Next week.
All right. Well, we'll see next week. I'm looking forward to it, Michael. But before we get out of here, we have a couple of birthday wishes we'd like to give out. Kind of a quiet weekend. Today's 22nd, tomorrow's 23rd. No birthdays. But the 24th, we have a couple birthdays we'd like to start doing. Now, that's Sunday. Born in 1984. God, I didn't write their ages down. Turning 35 years old. Yeah, right? No, turning 30... Yeah, 35 years old. Corey Graves. Happy birthday, Corey Graves.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Corey Graves. Wish you nothing but the best. I know it's not an easy time for you or anyone involved.
Happy birthday, Corey
Happy
Graves.
birthday, Corey Graves.
Next up, turning 39 years old, we have the artist, Shinsuke Nakamura.
39, huh? Shit, wow.
You know what to say when you turn 39, right? And Monday, the 25th, as we all know, it's Ric Flair's 70th birthday. And also celebrating her 36th birthday is Maria Kanellis. Happy birthday, Maria Kanellis. 36 years old. Yeah, she looks pretty good for 36. I didn't expect that her to be, but that 36 is a relatively young age. I mean, it's
she's been in the company for almost 11 years, man.
Yeah.
Here she goes again with the birthday cake.
All right. Was there anything else?
I really loved Maria's theme. Honestly, like it was just like the best of Simple Plan.
Her name's go on. Oh, that was
Here
Stacey
she
Keebler.
goes again with the
good medicine.
She's got legs for days.
Yeah. Michael, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, what? Are we gonna break out into song?
All right, guys, let's get out of here. For City Wrestling Radio, for
This is-
KCSF, and for me, Corey Smith. I'm Corey Smith.
I'm Michael Vergara. This has been a week of City Wrestling Radio.
And we'll see you next week with me and whoever else decides to show up on the Raw Review. Maybe on Monday. I don't know. We're thinking about doing a Monday show.
What? No.
Not with you.
Okay.
Maybe a new member to the City Wrestling, a new signee to the City Wrestling Radio family. Ooh, who can it be? Speculation. I mean,
It's TJP.
TJP just got released.
Arn Anderson.
I mean, I need to find out what happened to him first before we hire him.
That's true.
I don't want to hire somebody and be like, ooh, you stole that much money from your boss? I'm good. I don't know. Allegedly. Fucking no. Anyways, I just throw that word out
Where's
there
the
now.
scissors, Arn? Where's the scissors?
Yeah, right? That was Sid, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. Corey Smith, City Wrestling Radio, KCSF. Have a great weekend. Goodbye. You can say bye too, Michael. No, you don't want to? Okay. Michael says goodbye. Yeah. Why are you shaking your head? You don't say goodbye? Mike. All right. Bye. 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 Bye.